What's going on, YouTube family? I want to make this video because I still to this day get so many comments about the simplest things, and I try not to be negative. I try to encourage people and motivate them and get them going, but the biggest struggle I see people face is not about what equipment to use, what SH mix should I use, how do you do this, how do you do that. All that stuff is already available to you online. I know that because when I started, I was the same way. I did research and I watched as many videos as I could, and I get that. The thing is, if you have children, right? When you have children and you have a baby that's about to start walking, do they look around and wait to start walking? When they fall, do they just stop? No. They just get their ass moving. You know what I mean? Like right now I have a 6-month-old son. No matter how many times we flip him over, he's rolling over on his stomach. And he'll cry if he stays there too long. He don't care how many times I flip him over. He is determined. And I want you to think like that beginner's mindset. And this is something I've talked about this in videos, but I love this topic because, yes, we could talk about all the basics about quick connects and fittings and downstream injectors and hoses, and all that is important for sure. And I will make videos about that. But the problem is, let's say you want to get fit. Okay, I want to get fit. But if you're somebody that's never worked out, and I hear this excuse all the time, they're like, well, I'm like, hey, why don't you start going to the gym a couple times a week? They say, well, I don't even know how to use the equipment. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what workout to do. And that stops people in their tracks. It's the same thing in business. It's like they're at a job. They don't like the job. They want to start a business, but they feel like they're just one more piece of information away from starting. They're one more video. They're one more thing about like, oh, if I get this one piece of equipment, then I'll start. Oh, when the election happens, I'll start. Oh, the new year, I'll start. Oh, when March 1st gets here and it's springtime, I'll start. The problem is that never freaking happens. And I'm talking to myself right now because, again, like I've said in previous videos, I've tallied it up. I think it's like 10 or 11 businesses. Some of them I failed to launch. Some of them I started and didn't follow through. So, but my biggest problem, the common thread amongst all those failures was I was addicted to knowledge and addicted to information. And I always felt like there was always something else I needed to learn before I started. I didn't want to make a mistake. I didn't want to overcharge. I didn't want to undercharge. I didn't know, it's just all these things that if you're used to that habit, if you're used to always feeling like you have to be fully prepared to start something, that is an awful habit to be in. And this is the first example in my life where I didn't do that. Pressure washing, I was working a full-time job. I borrowed my dad's pressure washer, did our house, and then I started posting on Facebook, hey, anybody else want their house pressure washed? I didn't have a clue about downstream injecting, about pricing, about nothing. I just was like, hey, I need extra money because we're about to have a baby and I just got to do it. It was like a back against the wall type situation. And then once I did that for my house, I did a couple of my family members' houses for free or very little money, mostly like, tips, right? And I told them I didn't want anything, but some of them paid me. And then I started to dive into YouTube a little bit, you know what I mean? And when I say a little bit, it was actually a lot. Ask my wife, in our living room, I had the TV going all the time, playing all these different YouTube channels. And there's some I still watch today, but I watch very little pressure washing content, like hardly ever, okay? A lot of times guys are trying to sell you a course or sell you something, and I'm not against courses. I'm not against selling things. Sales is part of life. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, it's all about sales. So I'm not hating on anybody in particular. It's just in my mind, I know I get information overload. I overthink everything. And I know the more that information I put in my head, the less action I take. And if I could tell you one piece of advice is take massive action. If you're sitting right now and you're like, man, I want to start this business, I just don't know what to do, or I'm waiting until this day, or I'm waiting until I get this equipment, or I'm waiting for the next video, get your ass out there and do it. Oh my God, just do it. Like, dude, no matter how much research you do on YouTube or Google or Reddit or whatever the heck you want to do, or the Facebook groups, you will make mistakes no matter what. I don't care if you spend $100,000 on a rig, a truck, a flatbed, 10 hose reels, 4 pieces of equipment, 4 machines, soft wash, P40, all this crap. You buy all that crap, you will still mess up. You will still have tons of challenges. The fact is, it is hard regardless of if you watch 1,000 hours of YouTube or 0. It is hard. What separates the people that actually make this a full-time thing and the people that always do it part-time on the weekends is those people. It's not because the full-timers are smarter or they're just more driven or whatever it is. They just take action. They just do it. They don't talk about the theories of door knocking and sales and marketing and all that stuff. You just do it. You know what I mean? It's not sitting around thinking, well, what color should my yard signs be? What color should my business cards be? What should it say? All this bull crap. We get caught up in all this little crap. And at the end of the day, time passes no matter if you take action or not. You're going to blink and 10 years are going to go by. And you're going to sit there thinking, why the hell did I let all these little tiny little minuscule problems stop me? Right? But you'll be extremely proud of yourself if you start today and you fail your way to success. You don't succeed your way to success. You fail your way to success. You make mistakes. Your hoses bust. You get the wrong fittings. You forget to fill up your gas can. You don't get enough chlorine. Whatever it is. You blow a piece of vinyl siding off somebody's house. Okay? Hopefully we're not going to make major mistakes. But things are going to happen that you cannot plan for, and no YouTube video, including mine, will ever get you prepared for. So my encouragement to you is freaking do it. What are you waiting on? What are you afraid of? Who cares about pricing? Who cares about your truck, your car, your machine, your surface cleaner, your hoses? Who cares what everybody else is doing around you? It doesn't matter if your next door neighbor has $1 million pressure washing business and you're loading your pressure washer in the back of your pickup truck and dragging hoses around houses. Who gives a crap? A lot of times we think about, oh, there's too much competition. It's oversaturated. These are all bullshit. I'm telling you. It's just bullcrap. And my mind is the same way as yours. If you're watching this and this message is ringing true to you, I am you. We are the same person. And it all boils down to fear of failure. That's it. Oh, there's too much competition. There's not enough money out there for me. There's not enough opportunity. There's not enough people. There's not enough this. It's like a scarcity mindset. You know how much I think about competition on a day-to-day basis? About zero. In the beginning I will say I would compare myself to I'm like, man, look at that guy's trailer. Holy crap, it must be nice and blah, blah, blah. And I'll never have that. All that negative self-talk. We got to get out of that crap. You know what I mean? You'll be so proud of yourself. If you start today with what you have and who you are today, it will change. It will get better. But it won't if you just sit here watching YouTube all day. I do not care if I make any money from YouTube. I do make a little bit of chump change from YouTube, and I think it's cool. But I would rather see you go out there and create something that you never believed you could do. That is way more fulfilling, and I'd be way more excited than anything if I saw some comments saying, Joe, you really helped me. I'm excited. I just started and it went better than I thought. I did make some mistakes, but we are pushing forward. I'm no longer going to be afraid of rejection. I'm no longer going to be afraid of failure. And I think that's important. So many people comment on my videos with all these excuses, and I'm patient and I'm understanding because I am that person as well. At some point, you got to light a fire under your ass It doesn't matter. I don't care if you do pressure washing, whatever business. Think of any business ever, and you will face the same problems. It's not pressure washing that's the problem. It's you that's the problem. Realize that. You want to start landscaping? You want to flip couches on eBay or Craigslist or Marketplace? You want to sell lemonade? You want to sell apparel, shirts, hats? You will have the same thoughts. You will have the same objections in your own mind. Not enough customers, oversaturation. I need to learn how to use every piece of equipment. And no, don't do it. Stop doing it. You're going to look back in 10, 20 years and think, I wasted so much time when I could have been out there learning, when I could have been out there failing forward. Anyways, I feel like a freaking motivational speaker. I'm not, I love helping people. And I love the comments I get when people say, man, this video changed my life. Your channel's changed my life. If you want to learn about the nuts and bolts of the business, there's tons of other channels that tell you how to rig up your trailer or your skid in the back of your truck, or how to fix your pressure washer. And again, I will post videos like that. That's fine. I love the mindset, because that is my biggest struggle in my life. If I look back, I'm 30 now. If I look back over 10 years of my life, I don't say it's wasted, because it led me to this point, but coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know what I mean? Like I look back and I'm like, why was I afraid? Like, what was the actual root cause? Because a lot of times we think of everything on the surface. Like, again, it goes back to the scarcity, like oversaturation. I don't know enough about the equipment. I don't want to damage something. There's a root cause there. Those are symptoms of a root cause. And you got to figure that out for yourself. What are you actually afraid of? Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of your wife judging you and saying, oh, you started and then you quit? Like, sometimes fear is a motivator. Like for me, when I started, I was afraid to be broke and go homeless. And that motivated the hell out of me. We had our second child and I'm like, I got to make it work. There's no excuses. I don't care what color my yard signs are. It's just a thought process. Hopefully this video helps you out. Let me know what is your biggest struggle when it comes to starting your business, or are you afraid of approaching that customer or meeting strangers? What is your issue you're having right now? I'd love to help you out. And again, I'm not selling no damn course or nothing, but I take phone calls all the time from people that watch my videos, and I try to get back to people as quick as possible. It's not always possible. You could text me, you can call me, any of that stuff. I'd love to hear from you. And if I could kick you in the ass, I'd love to. So anyway, thanks for watching.